What is going on, everybody? It is 2:52 p.m. here in Florida, and I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for this. I believe I put 45 minutes in the stream title. It might be 30. It's not going to be a full hour today. Got some stuff I need to knock out, but hope everyone is doing well. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Anyway, topic of conversation, Mandalorian, but you know how these things go. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about, man. Whatever you want to talk about. We never stay on topic. Geezus, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for playing yesterday. I appreciate it. I saw Brandon up there as well. What's going on, Fantasmic? Right back at you, man. Thank you for playing as well. It was a good time, man. No, a holiday special trailer was released. I have not seen that yet. Let's see. 5 hours ago. Nope, I have not seen it. I'll check it out. After the stream is going to have to be. Let me make sure the baby monitor is set up correctly. There we go. Now it will turn on when there's noise. The video. Okay. She's not, my daughter's, I'm looking at her on the baby monitor. She's not asleep yet. I thought she was asleep. Her eyes are so heavy. She's like slow blinking. Anyway, welcome guys. Let's shoot the shit for a little bit. Oh, you're working on a Mando helmet. Nice. Are you going to join the 501st or anything like that? Yeah, if I was to do another 501st approved costume, like I have been for years, I've been saying if I was to do another one, I would go with a biker scout. But dude, honestly, I like the Mandalorian season 2 episode 1 kind of makes me want to make a Tusken Raider. I think that's where my heart is now. But yeah, anyway. Still working on Stormtrooper armor. Nice, man. Yeah, it's a little daunting at first. I don't know how far along you are in the process, but when I first bought my armor and stuff like that, well, first of all, I'm so glad that I listened to a friend of a friend, who happened to be in the 501st, like, just met him and point me in the right direction. I probably would have ended up buying some shit that wasn't approvable and, like, looked horrible, you know? So, there's so much out there. So many directions you can go. Some of them are great. Some of them are way too expensive and don't look good. But do you own any of the Star Wars films on 4K Blu-ray? I own, yeah. Is The Force Awakens, did that come out on Blu-ray or 4K? Like physical? So I don't think I have Force Awakens 4K. I have it in Blu-ray. I have The Last Jedi in 4K. I have Rogue One in 4K. And those are the only two that I have in 4K. Yeah. I don't own The Rise of Skywalker. I don't own Solo. I have them digitally, but yeah. Will you make another Inside Star Wars video? Charlie Freak. Yeah, maybe one day, man. Like, I've been wanting to do an Inside the Holiday special for a long time. I don't know if that's going to happen. Those videos, like, back in the day, there's a reason that I made them back in the day, man, because, like, back then I didn't have a kid. I had a lot more time on my hands than nowadays. And those videos take quite a long time from conception to filming to rendering, you know? So yeah, it's been a while since I've even put into any thought, you know, the idea of making another Inside Star Wars video. But yeah. Arco, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream, man. I greatly appreciate that. Arco says, so yesterday was fun. We went 0-3. As for the predictions, I say Ahsoka cameo. Also, the background music slaps. So I appreciate that, man. Yeah, so maybe some of you guys didn't tune in yesterday for a little Squadrons action. I was a part of a tournament. You can follow the tournament on Twitter. Look at my most recent posts and you'll see it. And kind of, you know, put together a squad. Arco was in there, Geezus was in there, Phantasmic was in there. We had 6foot and Sully. We all played together against random opponents, and we went 0-3, but we still had a hell of a time. I had a really good time, man. Playing the game, it's still fun. That was the first time I played it in a while, but more importantly, kind of catching up and shooting the shit with you guys was a blast. It's been a long time since I've done anything like that, but yeah, man, we will have our revenge one day, right? Maybe next time we'll play, we'll go 0-3 or 3-0 rather. But yeah, I don't think. You said you predict an Ahsoka cameo. I think I would assume that the rumors are true. At this point, I think that's almost inevitable. Despite, like, deep in my heart always wanting the rumor machine to just, like, what's hilarious to me, man, is, like, the rumor machine has been wrong, I'm just gonna say thousands of times since the acquisition of the franchise by Disney. And then when the rumor machine gets like one thing right, everybody's like, see, I told you. I told you. I told you. It's the most like you remember the hits, you forget the misses example in like entertainment. It's hilarious to me. But yeah, I have no doubt that will happen, Arco. I'm just really curious how all of these connections and stuff like that will be handled, you know. But I appreciate that. Definitely 3-0 next time, man. Yeah, we needed some call signs. Clickbait 1, clickbait 2, clickbait 3, clickbait 4, clickbait 5. I dig it. Vince Wynn, Samuel, and Oscar, thank you guys so much for the super chats this afternoon. Hope you are doing well. Vince says, do you have any nonfiction books you'd recommend? Science, politics, history, etc. Nonfiction, I mean, you know, I'm a big Carl Sagan fan. There's a book that I have in the garage boxed up. In fact, Vince, it's funny that you bring up books. I'm actually going through some books to put on the shelf above my computer monitors, just like maybe 5 or 6 books tastefully displayed, a nice variety of things. So Carl Sagan's Pale Blue Dot is obviously going to be in that selection. Along with that, the book that I'm thinking of, it's an Eisenhower book. Shit, what's it called? I read it on a flight out to San Francisco a few years ago. God, this is gonna bother me, man. If you scroll back far enough on my Instagram, I'm talking a couple years, you'll see it. Oh, that's gonna bother the hell out of me. It's called like Dwight's Dilemma or something like that. Dwight's Dilemma? No, what is it called? What's it called? Sorry, guys. This is bothering me. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is bothering the hell out of me. Oh, Ike's Bluff. That's what it is. Ike's Bluff. If you're into like presidential biographies and stuff like that, Eisenhower's always been one of my favorite presidents. If you ever see that little bust, that little statue in the background of, in fact, in the thumbnail, I think you'll be able to see it on a shelf. That's an Eisenhower bust. Ike's Bluff is a really great book. I read it, as I said, on a flight out to San Francisco for an EA event, actually. And that was back in 2017. So it's been a while since I picked it up. But that's a really good one. Usually I'll read, for the most part, things, science-y books, Rocket Men, about the Apollo astronauts, or Buzz Aldrin's Magnificent Desolation. I've read a Yuri Gagarin book before called Starman. So most of my nonfiction reading is like just kind of either biographies or space race related. I've read, for whatever reason, I have like a really small like window of things that I read nonfiction wise, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'd recommend, if you're into like, I'd recommend Ike's Bluff. It's a great book. As I said, Eisenhower, one of my favorite presidents, flaws and all. But yeah, let me know if you pick it up. Science, I would absolutely recommend if you've never read it. I'd recommend reading Pale Blue Dot. It's my all-time favorite book, hands down. Just a very hopeful, optimistic book by Carl Sagan. And not only, I would recommend the book. It's a great read, but I would almost recommend the audiobook more, Vince, if you've never heard it or read it. And if I've said all this shit before to you and you've heard me, I apologize. But I would recommend listening to the audiobook version of Pale Blue Dot, because most of it's read by Carl Sagan. Yeah, it's just great. It's just great. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I guess I never realized that most of my nonfiction reading is like biographies or just kind of space race related or science related. Yeah, but yeah, Carl Sagan, man, good stuff. And Evan Thomas's Ike's Bluff. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, I'm putting a few books on the shelf. And there's some political books on there, some biographies on there. I'm a boring ass centrist. I've voted for candidates in both major political parties my entire life. So I have heroes across the spectrum when it comes to politics. So some of the books that I will be putting on display will kind of contradict one another. And that's okay, right? Can't we be complicated human beings? Can't we all be a little complicated? Samuel, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Samuel says, who do you think should take the helm at Lucasfilm? That's a really interesting question. I don't know who would want it. You know, I feel like Filoni and Favreau probably have a pretty good position on more entrenched in the creative side of things rather than being like the mover and the shakers of like massive decision making, if that makes sense. Like if you have full creative control of a project like The Mandalorian and that is what you love to do, why would you become the president of Lucasfilm? Why? I'm guessing a creative guy like Filoni or Favreau would not want to have that paper pusher position, right? So who should be the head of Lucasfilm? I don't know. But everybody wants, or it seems like a huge section of the fandom wants like a Filoni or Favreau. I would rather have them sitting in the captain's chair of a creative position on a show or a movie rather than like, I don't know, signing the checks and sitting behind a desk, if that makes sense. I really don't know, man. I really don't know. I really don't know. I'm a firm believer in kind of absolute control given to a creative, a writer, a director, somebody like that. You know what I mean? I'm also kind of a Kennedy. I'm kind of apathetic. Like some people can't stand her. Some people like love her. I'm just sitting here like, I mean, she was picked by Lucas well before he sold the franchise. She sat as like second fiddle to Lucasfilm for like 6 months before he sold it to Disney. He was obviously grooming her for the position, and picked her for that. But like, I don't know. She's made under her umbrella, made some stuff that I really like, made some stuff that I really don't like, which is basically the same goddamn thing that happened before the acquisition. You know, there was stuff that I liked and there was stuff that I didn't like. It's hilarious to me how like she is the punching bag of everyone, and I don't know. I think maybe people put a little too much emphasis on her. Anyway. But who knows, man? It's probably going to be somebody that nobody expects. Like I said, everybody wants Favreau. Everybody wants Filoni. When they have such fun creating these shows, do you really want them? Do you really think they would want to be like the president of Lucasfilm? I don't think so. I don't think they would. Maybe they would. I don't want to put words in their mouth or thoughts in their mouth, but like, they seem like they're having fun, and I don't know if they would be able to have as much fun sitting behind the desk and being the president and putting up with all, the nonsense and stuff like that. The day-to-day paper pusher things that the president of Lucasfilm does, But anyway. Yes, Vince, little sidetrack here. Watch it. It's a great show. We watched it as it was coming out. But yeah. Yeah, for sure, Mars. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the channel support. And Chris, thank you as well. I appreciate the patience, guys. Oscar says, I have to wonder, at least in canon, was Jabba sincere about victims being digested for an agonizing 1,000 years, or just so they would die afraid? That I always assumed that it was true. If it sounded interesting, you know, this. Why not, right? There's so much weird shit in Star Wars. Why not have this, like, you know, giant desert gaping mouth that has an enormous body that takes 1,000 years to digest something? I mean, like, that's a fun concept, right? But in canon, I really don't know. How can they live for 1,000 years? What, a Sarlacc? I mean, trees live for a long time. Fungus lives for a long time. Yoda lives for a long time, you know. Or the people being digested. Hey, you don't have to be alive to be digested. Who's to say that other creatures on different planets don't live for much longer? You know. But let's look this up. Sarlacc pit digestion. Let's look this up, Oscar. Adult sarlaccs developed a beaked... of course. Snake-like tongue at the center of the fearsome pit, which doubled as an inner mouth. Once the victim was swallowed, they made their way into the sarlacc's stomach to be digested, deliberately being kept alive by the beast and digested extremely slow for a millennium. So, a millennium, there you go. Yeah. I'd be willing to bet that most things being digested by animals, most things that are living as they go into the mouth of an animal on planet Earth, they're not alive through the entire digestion process. So, yeah. But yeah, I guess it's canon, man. I guess it's canon. But it's a fun, you know, it's a fun little throwaway line that obviously got, as all Star Wars lines do, get explained and expanded on over the years. But it is a fun line, right? You know, for 1,000 years. Almighty Jabba. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Oscar. And Chris, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. The rumor mill has the same RBI as a stormtrooper. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Stormtroopers, for the most part, I think stormtroopers have a better RBI than the rumor mill, for sure. If you take all of the rumors that have ever like popped up over the years, in regards to Star Wars, not even just in the Disney era, but even the pre-Disney era, there is no question in my mind that stormtroopers have blasted more people in the Star Wars franchise than the rumor machine has gotten correct rumors correct, if that makes sense. But that's a fun little analogy there. I appreciate that, Chris. What in the hell is that? Oh, it's water. That looked really weird, man. My Nalgene is sweating on my desk, and the way the sunlight was bouncing off of this like pool of water against the white of my table, it made it look like Bishop's blood in Alien. It was weird looking. There we go. Ordered a smoker today. A little sidetrack there. Super pumped. Made another batch of hot sauce, Vince. Didn't come out that great. I experimented with a different type of... I did use tomato paste, which was perfect. The last batch I made was perfect. This batch is too liquidy. Not a fan. But I'm going to eat it. It is a hell of a thumb muscle, James. Um, oh, the hot, yeah, the hot sauce. I grow my. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, hop on there and look at my story. You'll see I posted just a handful of peppers. I grow daddle peppers, which are like between 100 and 300,000 Scoville. 100,000 to 300,000 Scoville is like the range. They're hot. They're hot peppers, and I love them, and I make hot sauce out of them. And I'm still experimenting. I've only been doing it for like a month or two. Made a few batches, and today's experiment was still tastes good, but it's a little too liquidy, a little too runny for me. Arco, thank you so much for the super chat channel support once again. Hey, on a side note, is that Melissa song that was playing at the start of the stream? It was super cool. What is that Melissa? Oh yeah. I'll play it right now for you. It is. That is a really good question. I don't know who. Let me turn it up a little bit and let me go into my folder and see if there's more information with the song. Details. Weird. Okay, so let me find. If I search for it's a part of the YouTube, like the free YouTube music that anybody can use if they have like a YouTube channel. So let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna type it in the chat. The song is called Melissa, and the artist is. I'll type it in the chat. Evening Land. That's the. Just search for that. You should be able to find it. But yeah, that's a part of the free. Basically, the only music that I use on the channel now is free YouTube music. And it's gotten so good, man. They have so much great songs on there that, you know, most of my early YouTube videos never were monetized because I used music that was copywritten, you know. But using the YouTube music just makes it, I don't have any issues now, right? But yeah, Arco, enjoy it, man. They got some great stuff. Yeah. Arco, once again, also you could name your hot sauce the Mustafar Special. Yeah, I've been debating about what to call it, and people, I actually ran a little poll on my Instagram story, or little taking question or answers to the question like what should I name it. A lot of people did Mustafar stuff. It only makes sense, right? It definitely makes sense. I think I'm gonna go in a direction, like a Navy direction. Maybe naming it something just because, especially if I end up starting to sell it, which I'm legitimately considering. Like I said, the fourth batch that I've made has been my favorite. I need to just make a bunch of that. It was delicious. I've let my friends, and my wife likes it. She put it on her eggs this morning. It's a really nice, spicy, kind of vinegary and ketchupy sauce. I love it. It's delicious. But if I start selling it, I think I'm gonna figure out a kind of a Navy, a nautical name for it, especially being in Jacksonville, you know, a Navy town. But yeah, if I ever start selling it, I don't know how to go about it. You know, I'm sure there's like, I have to register. I'm sure there's a way to go about it. I would assume that I can't just throw up an online store and start selling bottles out of my office. Maybe I can. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, Arco. Hey, maybe. Plus, that would be I can't really call it a Mustafar sauce because I would assume, you know, that name is probably copywritten 1,000 which ways, you know. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, man. Jeff Bezos started Amazon in a garage. Oh, that's not what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, if I'm selling something that someone is gonna consume, right? is going to put on their food and put into their body, I'm assuming there's some loopholes that I need to go through and some registration that I need to do, right? I would assume so, but maybe not. I don't know. I haven't seen the Lego Holiday Special trailer yet, Stuart. I have to check that out after the stream for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely watch the trailer after the stream. There we go. All right, cool. Instagram hot sauce giveaway. Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day. I have a few friends and people that I want to send a few small bottles to. I need to look into like preserving it long term. You know, I've been sterilizing bottles and stuff like that. I got really good at sterilizing bottles having a baby. You know, you sterilize, you boil bottles, you get them ready for you know, putting milk in them. So I know how to sterilize shit. So yeah, I've been sterilizing some bottles and putting some sauce in it, just for ourselves at home. But yeah, maybe. Subtrail Prospector, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Tonight's episode of The Mandalorian will be a nice distraction from frantic Reddit scrolling about the election. I need a break. Hope you're well. Yeah, I get it, man. I absolutely get. Let me take a quick sip of the water before we go down this rabbit hole. Yeah, I completely get it, man. I've been avoiding doom scrolling. I've been avoiding. Well, the thing is, like, the night of the election, me and my friends hopped on Zoom and we had a little politically themed trivia, and we all drank a little bit on Zoom, and it was a great time. And basically I've just been avoiding, cause it's one, you know, I'm paying attention to the numbers. That's one thing to kind of stay a little informed, right? But the thing is, sitting there from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, or endlessly scrolling, you know, with your thumb on your phone, it's not like you're really getting any, you're basically wasting time, you know? Like, as soon as the numbers started coming in on Tuesday night, I mean, you knew nothing, but I had to avoid it too. Like, my eyes just wanted to stay glued to the TV. People just predicting things. People just, like, you know, basically predicting the future, not knowing anything that's, yeah. So, like, just patience, sit back, let's wait. Probably be a few more days, right? It's important to you know, in this goddamn democracy, let's count all the votes. We're all citizens. People fight for the right to, you know, to have everyone's vote count. We live in a democracy. We live in the United States of America. I don't understand how there is any argument against that. But yeah, take a little break, Subtrail. Enjoy The Mandalorian. I will be waking up super early and enjoying it myself. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, man. I don't have any predictions, really. I really don't know. I really don't know. The season has started off with a bang, though. It's fun as hell. But yeah. And Lane Leach, thank you so much for the channel support this afternoon as well. Do you think Boba will appear in this episode, or will we have to wait a couple? I hope it's this episode. You know, man, I have a suspicion that it will be this coming episode as well. But I feel like that might be a little too obvious. I kind of like them drawing it out. I kind of like them like doing these, like this ultimate tease and then putting it off and maybe not seeing him for a few episodes. I like that idea better, but I have a feeling that we will see him tonight or tomorrow morning, with, you know, depending on when you're going to watch it. It's whatever they're going to do. I'm sure it's going to be fun. I have not been disappointed whatsoever with the show. So far, it's been just kind of a fun, simple, easy watch that's exciting and, you know, has some fun twists and turns and great, good times. But the name of the episode is... Oh, really? Okay, so maybe that's it. Maybe that's the giveaway. So, yeah, I guess maybe that's the giveaway there. But, I have a suspicion that it will be this episode. But in my heart of hearts, I would rather it be put off. And that tease be stretched out for a long time. You know. But yeah, anyway. What do you guys think? Do you think we'll see Boba front and center or more of him in this upcoming episode? Or do you think it's going to just be continuously teased and stretched out? Yeah, anyway. Vince says, I think Boba will show up later and end up being an ally. Mando will give him his armor back and he'll fight alongside him. Yeah, could be. As was said by Caleb Null a few streams ago, brought this to my attention. I'm sure he's not the first person to think of this, but he was the first person to bring this thought to me. Boba Fett knows a lot about Jedi. Knows a lot about that era. You know, if there's a person that could maybe point Mando in the correct direction, in the right direction to get the child somewhere that maybe it needs to be, or with folks that maybe understand it a little more, Boba Fett could help him. But yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, I appreciate that, Lane. Good to see you, Jesus. Enjoy your work, man. We need to squad up soon. Once again. All right. There we go. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat channel support. This world is becoming increasingly dystopian. Yeah, you could certainly look at it that way. It's one of the most interesting things, Oscar, with that thought. Our entertainment definitely kind of mirrors your thought there. I mean, you look back in the 50s, like science fiction of the 50s, or even the 60s, you know, the space race was on, we were going to the stars, we're traveling to the moon. It was super optimistic. And the vision of the future was the Jetsons. You know, it was going to be incredible. It was this optimistic future. And then most futuristic movies nowadays kind of mirror your thought there, this dystopian future, you know, as we learn about how we're kind of degrading our, you know, not only the climate, but just polluting our atmospheres in our cities and just everything that we're doing. The more we learn, it's almost like a double-edged sword, right? I mean, we're incredibly progressive in terms of our technology but the more we do, the more we learn about that, the more like double-edged sword negatives come across our plate. It's like, I don't know. We were like super, it was like when Cypher takes, is that his name? Cypher in the Matrix? Cypher, I think it was, takes a bite of that steak. Ignorance is bliss is what he says, right? I don't know. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm a pretty optimistic guy, Oscar. I think human beings have a remarkably a remarkable way of making change and doing the right thing, but it is a slow battleship to turn, right? So I think I'm optimistic in general, just because if I wasn't optimistic, I would just be pessimism gets you nowhere. So yeah, it's a slow battleship, but you got to be optimistic, right? But I appreciate that, Oscar. And Samuel, thank you so much for the channel support once again, man. I am wondering if we are going to get Frank Oz returning when Baby Yoda returns to his people. Yoda might be dead, but Frank creates many voices. Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, when's the last time Frank Oz, was it the Last Jedi? And Star Wars. Let's see. Is the last time Frank Oz appeared or did any voice work for Star Wars, was it The Last Jedi? Oh, Jedi Temple Challenge. He did Yoda voice in The Rise of Skywalker. He did The Last Jedi. He was in Knives Out. Oh, I never even put two and two together. That's hilarious. That's hilarious, man. Wow. That's funny. Okay, interesting. All right, nice. Yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know. You never know. If he doesn't do another voice, maybe he would do Yoda. I could see them doing that. You know, Yoda, he's dead, but he's been around despite him being dead, right? Interesting. Yeah. Never say never. I'm just kind of blown away that I watched Knives Out, and as I was watching it, I didn't even put two and two together that Frank Oz was in it. That's crazy. Anyway, I appreciate that, Sam. That's funny, man. Anyway. Alright, guys. I said 30 to 45 minutes. We're almost to 45. So let me think. Tomorrow, oh yeah, Mandalorian. I'm hoping to get a video up by tomorrow. If I can't get it up tomorrow, I will be getting. I'll get it up by Saturday, without a doubt. I think we'll see. Definitely going to be doing a stream tomorrow about the Mandalorian. So if you want my thoughts, it'll probably be around like 1:30 or 2 p.m. Eastern time is when I'm going to start a stream tomorrow. If my daughter goes down for a nap. If not, probably won't stream until Sunday. We'll see. But yeah, I also rendered a video today. Don't know when I'm going to upload that. Maybe get it scheduled for Sunday. We'll see. But, alright guys. Anyway, yeah. If anybody listening to me right now doesn't follow me on Instagram, go follow me over there. It's the one sane place, social media that I find that it's my favorite platform without a doubt, just because I mean it's really easy to avoid bullshit on that platform, right? And it's just pictures. So enjoy it, man. All right, guys. Let's see. Yeah, that's it for me. Stay sane out there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't participate in hyperbolic bullshit. I'm allergic to bullshit and I hate hyperbole. So there you go. All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. Stay sane out there. Have some fun, man. Don't take things too serious. Enjoy life, right? Don't do that endless scroll on your phone and just get mad. Life's great. Cool? All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Oh, Oscar, thank you for coming in with the final super chat and channel support, man. Oscar says, song recommendation, Say Can You Hear It by Men I Trust. I will pull it up right now, and I will listen to it. Say Can You Hear. And I will listen to it right after this song ends and the stream closes out. And let's end this thing with a very familiar song. Let's take a trip, shall we? Let's put on our rollerblades. Let's go to the mall. Let's buy some Vans. Let's get some ice cream. Let's steal some bubble gum. Huh? What? See ya.